Morning and welcome back once again. In today's video, I want to lay more emphasis on the cutting processes, the terms we use, the formula we use in cutting our senator top, that's the top. And why I'm doing this video is to clarify most of us on the group, on the basic knowledge, the basic aspect you need to know, and then to throw more light and hints on the cutting. So right now, I will take my time to draft a table which will help us to assimilate all our tutorial on the previous videos I have sent. Like I told us, I don't want to rush the training. I want us to achieve a lot. Now, even if at the end of the whole class we are able to make a good top and a trouser, I will be very glad. Now, I'll take my time now to draft a table that will help us, and then I will explain to us how the table is, and then there's the use of the table. And then I believe by now all of us must have known the areas of measurements and how to measure. So this video is going to help us to throw more light on the cutting processes. So let me draw the table and show you the table I'm talking about. So right now on the board, I made a table. From the up column, you are seeing values 0, 2, and 0, 2, 4, and 6. Now, this 0 means any unit that is here that's on that 0 doesn't need to be divided. That's they remain constant. It's applied directly. So, because most of us are always confused on what and where to divide with, so I took my time to atomize them in a chart like table so that it will help us to assimilate more on the divisional areas and the numbers to divide with. So the 0 area means no division, and there we have sleeve length, top length, and trouser length. Anything that has to do with length, you don't need to divide them. It's applied directly as pertaining to senator top and trouser. Now the next column we have is the 2 column. Now any area you are seeing here, shoulder, round sleeve, laps, knee, and ankle, you must divide them by 2. Now the next column is the third column, which is 4. The values we are seeing there are the chest, the hips, and the waist. You must divide them by 4. It's a constant. Now the column of 6, you're having the neck area there, and then neck is the only area we divide by 6, which I believe you all know why is by 6 from the formula of a circumference of a circle, which is 2 pi r, which I told us that pi is a German symbol which means 22/7. And then when you make r the SF, you are having r equals to 2 times 22/7. When you expand this to 22/7 is 3.142, and then r equals to 2 times this is giving you r equals to 6.284. Now this is the value of r. Now but then because of you want to work with a whole number, and then the decimal places you need to approximate them to arrive to a whole number. Now 4 is not up to 5, you ignore. Then 8 is up to 5, you call it 1, add to this one, it becomes 3 here. So you have 6.3. But still 3 is not up to 5, you ignore. At the end of the day, you are left with 6. So that's the reason why you divide your neck by 6. So with this, I hope now that we can master the table and then work with it. Anything you see on the table is constant. I'm not the one that fixed it. It's something that we all came and met while I was learning. So as well, I will as well pass you the information for you to as well know the basic knowledge. I try my best to simplify my teachings so everybody will be carried along. So with this video now, I will also go down to cutting processes again. I will cut an Ankara top and as well repeat whatever I have taught you on the previous video for you to be well informed. So right now, I pray for your indulgence, for you to be patient enough to watch this clip to the end. Alright, so right here on the board, I have my client's measurements: chest of 43, shoulder of 18, sleeve length, that's SL, sleeve length of 26, round sleeve. Now, this round sleeve now, it's having 3 values because we are having sleeve length of a long sleeve. Now, if it was to be a short sleeve, we are going to have 1 round sleeve. So right here, this is 14 for the biceps, this is 13.5 for the elbow area, and this is 8 for the fist. So at this round sleeve now, this is a formula or the way you must write your own. Now the neck is 16, top length is 34. So this will be the parameter we are going to make use of in cutting our Ankara. And then, like I said earlier on, whatever you measure is what you're going to cut. So while measuring, you have to pay attention and make sure that your measurement is correct for you to have a nice cutting. So for those of us that are still having little challenges or little issues in understanding the previous videos I sent on cutting, I pray and I hope this will clarify all of us so that we all can move along. So right here, I will start my cutting processes. So right now, our fabric on the table, and then in your cutting, you must make sure that your fabric is being folded from the back. Don't fold the fabric from the front. What am I trying to say? The right side is inside, you fold this way. Now, like I told us, the extent of your folding should not be just by imagination or by gazing. It should be precise with a certain formula. And then what is the formula you're going to fold with? You're going to use the chest by 4 plus extra 2 inches to fold your measurement. So right now, having seen the measurement I'm working with, if you measure your chest and whatever your chest gives you, divide by 4, add extra 2 inches. That means, for example, if you have a chest of 40, 40 by 4 is 10, plus extra 2, that's 12. It means that your folding should stop at 2.12. If your chest is 44, 44 plus 4, and 44 divided by 4 is 11, plus 2 is 13. Your folding should stop at 13. So whatever chest line you measure, you divide by 4, add extra 2 to it, and then use the answer as your guideline in folding. So for my chest line of 43, 43 by 4 is 10.75, which is approximately 11 or 10.8. So I will just fold at 11 plus 2, that's 13. Now my folding will stop at 0.13. So I make sure my folding stops at 0.13, and then I won't make the folding to be bigger or lesser than 0.13. So that's the importance of this video, to clarify us on the ways to go. So when you have gotten your folding, it's advisable that you iron out the edge of the fabric to make sure that the material is relaxed. Good evening and welcome back once again. In today's video, I want to show us how to cut a male short. Now here on the board are my measurements for my regular trouser. Now first thing you need to know is that short measurement is a bit different from a regular pants trouser measurement. Now the difference mostly comes on the 2 aspects: 1 on the crouch, 2 on the hips. Now these 2 areas are the areas you'll be battling with, and you must focus your attention on for you to have a perfect shot. Now most importantly, all shots must stop before the knee. Now remember that our knee points usually from waist to knee is usually 21. Now most people will want their shot to stop before the knee or on the knee. So most of the times, if you encounter a situation whereby your shot measurement is 21 and then you are having a shot that is your knee is 21, that means your shot and your knee are tallying. So I will take my time to explain how to go about all these processes. So right now, you all know our regular hip measurements. Crotch is gotten by, for trouser, hips divided by 4. Then for this crotch now, for this shot now, I'm going to manipulate the crouch, but then I'm not going to increase the crotch measurement. Rather, I'm going to increase the hip measurement for me to have a bigger crouch, so that the hip and the crouch will tally. Because if you increase your crouch and then they don't increase your hip measurement, it will look like a leggings for the man. So what then do you do? How then do you manipulate the crouch? You manipulate the crouch by adding plus 2 inches on the hips. So the normal hips is 46. So for this shot now, I'm going to make use of 48 hips to cut my shot. So I'm having 12-inch crouch as against 11.5 it should have been. So that's the manipulation you're going to do on for the hip and the crouch to tally. You have to increase the hip for you to get a bit bigger crouch than the normal trouser length crouch it should have been. So and then next thing you're gonna do now is the laps is +1. Now the knee is +3. The short length remains the same, and then the waist remains the same. So this manipulation is for you to have ease on the trouser on the shot. But then in most cases your customer might as well demand a fitted shot, so you reduce this measurement. But for a standard shot, it should be freer than the normal trouser fitting. So you have to add extra 2 to the hip, extra 1 to the lap, and then extra 3 to the knee. That's these measurements should have been the trouser measurements, but then for the short part of it, you add these values to get a perfect shot measurement. So I believe with this explanation, all of us can now attempt our nail shot cutting perfectly well without having any issues. So let's get down to cutting processes. So right now I'm cutting the short. So you fold the normal way you fold the trouser, and then you come to the down part of it, you add your 2 inches, the 2 inches as well for the trouser as well, you add it on the short for the hemming or the folding allowance. Then you mark your 2 inches, you extend your line, then the short length is 21, so you apply directly 21, no reduction, no increment, 21 short length you apply, because my customer wants his own to stop on the knee. So you extend your line as well, so this is the short length I'm having right now. So you have it this way, that your short length 21. Then the next thing is you apply the crouch, which you have already determined, which is 12. You apply the crouch, which is 12. Don't forget, it's very, very important. Now on some cases where some people might make requests for you to have a tight or a fitted shot, you can reduce the crouch by ½ inch, make it 11.5. So 12 is a crouch. The crouch of a short and trouser are not the same at all. So you now apply the real the increased hip here, which is 48 now. So you mark, then you mark extra 2 inches. Now the next you're gonna do now is the waistline. The waistline is 9.5. That's it's 38, 9.5. You mark, and then extra 1 inch. Then the next you're gonna do now as well is you extend the line from this point to the waistline. Then you slant the short by ½ inch. Then you bring it out to this point, and then you raise the back, you raise the crouch 2 inches high to get your real hip. From intercept, you mark 0.5, ½ inch, then you make a curve to join. And the next you're going to apply is the knee, which is now 20.5. Remember, you added 3 inches on the knee, 20.5. That's you mark at 21. Then you use your hip curve as well to connect. So this is the front block of your shot, and then I'll take my time as well to cut it now and then mark the back to show you. Now the pocket of the shot is usually a bit freer, 8 inches this way, and then on the upside 2.5. Now I'm gonna cut now and then show you how to cut the back. So right now we are done cutting the front.
and then I will take my time as well to show you how to cut the back. So you notch your pocket. Notching is ½ inch, very important. You notch as well ½ inch, very important. Now you differentiate the front and back with this marking. Now you draw out the fabric in front as well, arrange it properly, and then you place this way, and then you place this way for you to get your back block for the shot. Then remember, it's your shot, so whatever you measure is what you're going to sew. So right now, the normal back extensions we do make 2 inches remains, 2 inches extras. These are the normal for those that must have watched the video on trousers. You repeat the same process here, and then you bring out the line here on the crouch, and then you raise the back as well by 2 inches, 1.5 to 2 inches. You raise the back. The reason for you to raise the back, so that the short will not be a low waist on your customer. So from the waist slanted point on the front, you mark 2 inches above or high, 2 inches. Then you take it down to the tip of the pocket on the front, and then on the waist area for the back you mark 1.5, and then on the crotch area you mark 2 inches. With the help of your hip curve, you connect. Then when you must have connected, you are seeing that you have achieved your short marking front and back, and then you also use the hip curve as well to connect this as well. So this is basically how to mark or how to draft your short for the front and back. So after this now, the next thing you're going to do now is to cut the components, which takes the same method with the trouser. The flap, the belt, the band, and the pocketing, all those stuffs are the same. But now the only thing that change is the method of your crouch determination and then your hip measurement that are increased. So with this video now, I believe all of us can now make or draft the short and then cut accordingly. After you must have seen the difference from the short measurements in the crouch and then the hip enlargement we have. So try this method, and then you must see the perfect finishing, the perfect fit you will have. Remember that the sewing remains the same, there's no change. Just continue with the way you make your trousers, and then you will come out to have a nice and better outfit as a short. So right now, this is the front and the back pattern of my shorts, and then I will take my time now to cut the band, the belt loop, and everything, which are the same measurement, the same parameter with our normal trouser. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, this is Mr. Redefined. Have a nice night rest. Bye.